Welcome back, Frequency 43, episode 15. Shout out to the viewers who've been there since the beginning. If it's your first time here, this is called Frequency 43. It's me and my partner Lucas, and what we
Yep.
do what we do is we just talk about life. And right now we're gonna be stopping some brews, March 11th. Today's a Thursday. Fun fact about Thursday is it actually came from Thor's day, the goddess of Thor. So shout out to Thor and all the Greek gods out there. But what
Yep.
did you do, Lucas? You went snowboarding or what happened?
Just got back from Tahoe, went snowboarding, got a good couple days in at North Star and Heavenly. North Star's park is ripping right now. They've got a sick ass half pipe going. And it's been a pretty cool week. It's kind of cool with virtual school. You can kind of just like go do whatever anywhere and have some fun with life while the world's kind of locked down. But that's just what I've been up to. How was your day, Lamb? What did you do? What did you do today?
I got this big old house right here all to myself, so I'll be doing whatever I do. This is actually not even my room. This is my roommate's room, who's not here. So I get to sleep in his big old bed. I'm a tall, lanky fella. If you can't know, I know we only do
We're
the
both actually pretty tall, lanky
yeah.
fellas.
Shout out
We've
to
got
the
to both have a lot of muscle in our thighs, actually, because we both do a lot of running. But
that is interesting that you brought that up because I've been doing some research because I kind of want to get like I was like fuck like I want to get big, right? So then I did some like research on that, and it turns out that my approach to getting stronger physically, of course, is I'm gonna not approach it using weights. I'm gonna use only calisthenics and plyometrics, which is calisthenics is just a fancy word for not using weights. You're just using your body as things. And I think plyometrics is like the resistant bands. So I'm gonna be fucking not using weights because I've had back pain before. Have you had any back pain before, Lucas?
I'm in a severe back pain right now. I actually ate shit on the half pipe today. I yeah, long story short, I just fucking ate shit on the half pipe. So
Dude, I
um
was thinking about
yeah, no, I what were you saying about the plyometry?
well, I was more nervous because when you do a compound lift, which is basically when you're um, isolating a specific muscle. So if you're doing a curl, right, that's a compound lift for your bicep.
Mm.
But when you do certain compound lifts, especially as you keep adding and adding weight, it causes more susceptibility to an injury. And I've already had back problems. I've had knee problems.
So
Um,
you're basically just saying that lifting an excessive amount of weights repeatedly is going to lead to more injuries.
yes, and
Yeah.
listen, I'm no fucking doctor, man. I'm just fucking listening to what smart people are saying on YouTube. But that's going to be my approach. I think it works better with longevity. With my sport, I'm playing tennis right now, and it just makes more sense. I've also, I mean, call me whatever you want. I'm actually looking into gymnastics right now because a lot of athletes in gymnastics actually have the most optimal body for
I've been doing a lot looking, they're like toned, all of them, and they have extremely good body control, which is actually what I'm trying to go for right now with snowboarding is like body rotation, like midair, like gymnastic shit, like on the trampoline and stuff.
I mean, I see so many parallels from the things you do in snowboarding to gymnastics, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's all about moving your body in a way that's fluid. And I mean, I'm just looking into gymnastics. I don't know shit about it, but I mean, I can kind of see how like there are parallels. You know, you kind of know what I mean. Like not like kind of like balance or something like that. What do you think?
Um, yeah, mad respect to any gymnast. It's actually extremely impressive to be able to do that. And that's why we were doing yoga for a little bit up there in Eugene, right?
Well, yeah, get
We were
this.
doing a little bit of yoga and a little bit of breath work, a little bit of Paul Jack, David Goggins, Jocko Willink. We were really all over the place up there. I mean,
Hey, shout
we got
out.
up to a lot. So I bought a printer, did some printing.
We got t-shirts made and stuff. It was pretty cool. But shout out to 3 people right now. Sorry to abrupt the podcast, but shout out to Troy Casey, shout out to Jocko Willink, and shout out to David Goggins. I'm even gonna include a fourth. Shout out to Paul Check right there.
Paul Check has really grown on me a lot. Like,
Have you watched any of
gotta
it?
find your inner chakra.
Yeah, like he's like getting into your like soul and shit. I mean, like don't get me wrong, like the first time you probably watch a video of Paul Check, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this weirdo telling me right now? But
You gotta go in with a positive mindset, ready to get a little bit weird with
well,
it.
you gotta go in thinking this guy might know something.
That I don't. I personally,
All for me.
and that's the mindset you should have going into any conversation, really, right?
Mhm.
I mean, everybody else has something that you could learn from in any given situation, even if it doesn't seem like it. So even
otherwise
the
you
worst
just
situation could be like a great learning experience and almost could be a blessing in disguise. So everything really.
to bring up your point, what's the point in having a conversation with someone if you're not open to what they have to say? Otherwise, why don't you just have your own conversation with yourself in the mirror? If you're going to be arrogant and think you're always right.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I love doing this podcast with you, is that I can learn a lot of things that I didn't know about from your perspective. So I just tried to snatch a mosquito.
Hey,
I think my window might be open. I should probably maybe close it.
some of my takes, Lib, you got to snatch them and you just got to throw them right in the trash too. You know, we hit and we miss sometimes.
No doubt. You kind of like Theo Vaughn a little bit. Yeah.
Theo Vaughn's listen to Theo Vaughn again. He's a great guy, but not as motivational to get you on the right track. He's more of the fun, free spirit little child in you that likes to laugh. That's how I
One
see
day it's my dream to have podcasts with Theo Vaughn. I mean, that is literally like even way more so than Joe Rogan now, and slightly still below Jordan Peterson.
Theo Vaughn, yeah, because you could just like the best part about Theo Vaughn, he actually has a podcast called This Past Weekend. It's a great podcast. Give it a listen. But what I love about him, especially when he has two comedians on together, they mesh so beautifully because he'll say something and it's not like racist, but it's like some tension, you know what I mean? And not like racist, sexist, whatever. It's like he's touching the line, but he's not crossing it, and it's only.
Oh, he'll cross the line.
Oh yeah,
but like so minusculely that like it's chill,
It's so funny, but he's a great guy. What were we talking about before Theo Vaughn? Oh yeah, being open to other person's ideas. What I mean for Paul Check.
But at the same time, you can't let other people change who you are, but always being open to grow and adapt.
Yeah, and well, let's be honest, a lot of people are just fucking stupid too. So you kind of gotta be mindful to who you're talking to. Yeah. I mean, for me, what brought me on to Paul Check, I know we're kind of backtracking a little bit, but he trained MJ. He fucking trained I mean, he's trained a multitude of people. But just him training Michael Jordan, the best athlete of all time. And he doesn't even flex it. Not one of his videos is like, oh yeah, I trained Michael. Like he doesn't even talk about that.
Yeah, not a single one. Yeah.
So profound.
I'm probably gonna watch some Paul Check after this, honestly.
Yeah, let me know which one you watch because I kind of want to see it too. But yeah, fuck, man, he just sets you on the right path. I mean, don't get me wrong, life's a fucking journey, and it's not who you are right now; it's who you become. Because guess what? You can't fucking control the past. You gotta sacrifice the present for the future, and that's kind of what making money is, right? You're sacrificing the present to have a secure future.
Yeah, and I mean, how much is your time worth, really? At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
Well, I guess, oh fuck, man. If you say You say, okay, we're gonna skip tomorrow, and I'll give you $1 million, and fuck, like,
Because I mean, is shouldn't I mean realistically, time is priceless, right? I mean, you can't buy it,
yeah, it is. It is priceless, but
but
technically, you working is buying time and receiving money. Does that kind
yeah,
of maybe not
it's
buy?
like trading. It's like trading your life away for money. Yeah, but if you find a job that you love, it doesn't have to be like that.
Work? Yeah. I mean,
Um,
what's interesting to me about all this stuff is you look at presidential candidates. Maybe I've talked about this before, but like people like Andrew Yang who are like, listen, we're gonna be having fucking automation be doing a lot of the dirty work right now, and that's gonna leave a lot of people with some jobs that there's going to be less jobs, right? So there's going to be more free time for people, and maybe not less jobs, but the platform of jobs will change, right? Like let me just give an example if I'm confusing anyone who's listening. Um, Being a lawyer, AI will do that in 5 years. What's the most popular job in 48 of the 50 states?
Wait,
That's
can we go back for a sec? Being a lawyer, you think AI is going to take over in 5 years?
yes. I mean, listen,
How, dude? Lawyers like one of the most like you need a person jobs, but really
there's
like you can't like
there's
what?
already websites that help you with stuff, and what it does I mean, what does a lawyer do, right? It reads. It's like a professional reader for you. Like you're like read this 100-page contract and make sure I'm not getting fucked over because I fuck it, I can't read, you know what I mean? So what the AI does is it'll read it for you. And I mean,
Mhm.
I listen, like I only know so much about what I'm talking about right now,
Right,
but
but the AI can't take the judge out for dinner, you know what I'm saying? um I don't know, man. I think that would be the day that you just go to court and it's not even a judge, it's just a computer.
well, yeah, I mean, and I'm gonna remain with my hot take. I mean, I don't have the time to really do. Jamie, pull this up from. No, I'm joking. But I mean, let me just continue my point. A truck driver, most
Sorry to interrupt, but I just find that hard to believe.
will, hey,
But
we'll be making a podcast in 5 years, and we'll have
I
a discussion.
I'll hey, I'll give you $10 on March 11th, 2026 if there's AI. All right, that's going to be the title of this episode. It's going to be AI lawyers.
AI lawyers 5 years from now. Let's do it. But that's just one job. What's another job? Let's see. You're at Safeway. Fuck, there's already self checkout lines. What's the most popular job in 48 states? Being a truck driver. There's going to be no truck drivers in 5 to 10 years. Cars are already driving themselves. Accounting. An AI person can do accounting. All right.
Hey,
Sorry, Lib.
hopefully, maybe. I don't,
Yeah,
dude, I really didn't think that I'd be an accountant, but I might be an accountant.
I'm actually going to be an environmental economist. So catch me saving the bees and shit out here.
That's
That's
sick as fuck.
yeah,
I
right.
could maybe account for your environmental economy.
Yeah, I'll be shitting on your company too for dumping toxic waste. Nah, but I'll be like, listen, still dump waste, but do it in a more efficient manner. And I'll be like, econ. But
I
yeah,
just want to say this right now. I love Frequency 43.
thank you.
I love it so much.
You know what? I want to give a quick shout out to my partner right now, Lucas. It's always been my goal and dream to have a podcast and more so just have a platform.
Episode 15.
Episode 15. It's always been my dream to have
Let's go.
some sort of platform to talk and express about what I'm thinking. I feel like right now people kind of fake themselves on social media. And what we're doing here right now is we don't give a fuck about how many listeners there are. We don't give a fuck about anything. We just want to be real and authentic with our takes. And ultimately, we care about you pursuing your goals. And for us saying that to you, it's like we have that obligation to do that as ourselves. So
His
thank you.
podcast has motivated me so much to become a better person. Like, it's unbelievable. So that's really what, at the end of the day, it was all about.
I mean, and it's allowed me to verbalize certain subjects to make me more aware of it. I mean, remember when we were talking about some Wim Hof shit? I mean, our lungs are damaged, and there's certain things you can do to mitigate any sort of problem. And what I've learned through this podcast is when I talk about these sort of things, it allows me to apply them better into my life. So thank you to the viewers out there who not only listen but take into account what we're saying. And
And have subscribed. If you've subscribed, you're right here, right underneath this beautiful Frequency 43 logo that will be on our website soon.
Thank you. So shout out to that. Let's go. I'm pumped. We're breathing
I'm
right.
pumped. You want to talk about like Egypt, pyramids, like
Now.
what's going on right now? You know, like where are we going?
What do you think happens when you die?
Dude, I was thinking about that all day today. Bijan actually showed me this really trippy video that really made me believe in reincarnation. It was this thing. It was like there's only one human life.
Dude,
Like,
it's called the egg. It's called the egg.
The egg theory, bro. Oh my god, it was crazy.
So okay, so I'll describe it a little bit, and then Lucas will as well. It's this YouTube video called The Egg, right? And what happens is, I can't listen. Go pause this video, watch it. It's worth it because me and Lucas.
I'll put a link in the description.
Sorry, Lucas, don't do it any justice. But what it was talking about is, ultimately in your life, you're supposed to do everything you can to find your purpose. And it's not only your purpose in your life, but you're supposed to be growing as a person in multiple lives. And there's actually only it comes down to, and this makes sense more in the video, but there's ultimately only one person alive, and everyone is just, once you die, you're just living you're going to be living another human's life. So that's kind of
okay. I think you kind of put it. It's like you're not living another human life. It's every single human life is like part of the same journey from for like our soul, you know, and like and like the God that we all perceive as like the God is we're actually all like gods, and we just like don't know it. It's just within us. It's just one day we're just like right here on this journey, the human body and like our soul, and like we have so long to go and like so many existences, and we just haven't. The human mind can only perceive so much.
Right. So it was, I mean, listen, we didn't explain it well, but go check out the video. But what makes, so I believe in reincarnation. It's just a gut feeling. When I was 2 years old, I was like, when you die, this shit happens again. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but I had this.
Dude, I've been having crazy dreams lately, man. I had probably the nuttiest dream of my life last night.
Really? All right,
Jumping off of clock towers with fucking, you know, the dreams that I was talking about in the very first episode. It was that same fucking dream, man. Like, really? I'm not even kidding you, bro. Like, this shit's bonkers, bro. And not only that, the craziest part was that the person who I was on the ski trip with, Max. So I woke up from like a nightmare last night at like 3 a.m., like drenched in sweat. And like, I swear to God, like 30 seconds later, I just hear Max wake up like just absolutely like he woke up from a nightmare. He woke up from a nightmare too, 30 seconds after I did. Swear to God. We both woke up within 30 seconds of each other with the nightmare drenched in sweat. Like that's never really happened to me.
Well, that's kind of interesting. Do you think it's like you guys kind of like, I mean, think of like I hate saying this word, but like
It
a
wasn't
lot.
even a nightmare, bro. It was just like the most vivid dream imaginable, and it was just like, sorry, go on.
Well, what I was gonna ask is, I hate saying this word, fuck, but like, do you think it was like something to do with like the law of attraction, meaning your frequency of like a nightmare, like
You think that that is a real thing? I mean,
happening in
our
a positive.
thoughts are real things, you know. That's one of the main things. That's one of the first things that's that I ever learned, like taking a psychedelic, is that like our thoughts are real, you know. They actually are tangible and they exist, even though you can't see them.
They're
They're
more
they exist, and the unit and the energy that you send out is going to be more likely than not the energy that you receive. So that's just like universe shit. That's just like no theory or substance behind it, but just like, you know, quote me in 20 years when, you know, I don't know.
I mean, listen, that self conversation you have with yourself is so powerful. I mean, listen, I've been on both ends. I've been like upset and been beating myself up for stupid shit, and I've been on the other end where it's like, fuck, how happy can you get? You know, and the answer is, well, if you look inside yourself and you don't look externally, you could be fucking really happy. Um, but why I believe in reincarnation, we'll go right back into your dream after this.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, by the way.
You're good. I actually want to know
Um,
your dream. But
it was
why,
crazy, man.
yeah. Why I believe reincarnation is real is because, let's say when you die, my theory is when you die, time is not relative, meaning a billion years, a trillion years could go by, and it's just like that, right? Because you're dead. Time is not real, right?
Mhm.
Well, who are you? Who are you before you were born? Who are you before you were born? You weren't alive, right? You weren't like in this life. So when you die, a trillion, 2 trillion, 100 trillion years could go by, and it's only X amount of time until this shit happens again. I mean, and this is what I think. Like it's not even
Mhm.
what I educated guess, but only a certain amount of time until you go back and you're that sperm that won again out of 400 trillion. Um, that's what I think, because I mean, and it's all comes down to the premise is, if you die, is time still a thing, right? Because are you in heaven being like, okay, 1 day went by, 2 days went by, three, or like, or do you cease to exist? 200 trillion years could go by, and then bam, like you're getting that opportunity again of life, because you don't know who you were before you were born. Who were you before you were that sperm? You know, but that's just what I think. Take it how you hear it. Let's get back to your dream,
I'm
or what do you have?
I just don't even know what to say about that, man. I'm just really happy that I happen to be the little guy that won. Um,
Hey,
couldn't have asked for anything better.
um,
We're both born in California, you know.
let's do a little gratitude cheers right now.
We do a little gratitude cheers.
Let's just give some facts right now. Time to be alive. What a fucking great time to be alive. Listen, we could have been born 100, 200, 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, where, you know what? You're probably going to die by 40. And guess what? Life's not even that like fucking dope, because you are just avoiding chaos at all times. But let's throw that out of the cage, right? Where were we born? We were born in America. We were born, I mean, listen, the top 1% of the world has an average income of $25,000 a year. We were so gifted. I mean, gratitude is my attitude. I say it fucking every single day.
Gratitude is my
I got that little nugget from Troy Casey. Shout out to Troy Casey. But
Troy Casey.
gratitude is my attitude.
Hey, do you want
Listen,
to go on a little road trip to Sedona on spring break?
bro, I'm sorry. I'm skiing with my family, but let's get that. Let's put that in the books. Let's put that in the
Yeah, I
books.
want to go on a road trip to Sedona with you.
Let's do. Um, listen,
Get
just
really spiritual.
yeah, just be gets get in tune with your soul.
Mm.
But just saying like I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be breathing. I'm grateful to have these sorts of close connections and friends. You know, some people don't even like have people to like talk to like when shit happens, they just fucking keep that shit, you know what I mean? You need people in your life. And you know, I'm grateful to have you as a friend, Lucas, and I'm grateful to be living and breathing right now. And you know, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to get after it every single day of my life. And even though I
Oh,
don't,
it's such a blessing just to even have two legs, man. And I'm
cheers,
happy to have you as my friend too.
hey man, cheers to that.
Mm. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else on a 7:24 p.m. on a Thursday night in 2021 than Zoom.
Hey, you could run, you
Frequency
could run,
43, baby.
you could run all around the world, travel and see everything, but you're ultimately, you're always with yourself. You know what I mean? You don't need, I mean, all this external shit can like help feed you for the moment, but it's like you are fucking in this world alone, dog. You know what I mean? Like you got to learn how to. I mean, this is something I'm fucking not amazing at. Don't get me wrong, but you gotta take into the fact that, well, fuck, I want to like do this, I want to do that, but just be fucking mindful that you're fucking alive. You know what I mean? Like most people in this world are already dead. You know what I mean? Like they already lived their lives. They die. Like, but you're like, you know, like fuck, man.
Mm.
Like, I walk out and I see like homeless people, and I'm like, you know, why? Like, why wasn't it me that got the bad hand? You know, or this and that. And it's like so much shit like that is uncontrollable. That was just. I mean, life's a gift. Life's a fucking gift. That's why it's called the present. That's why all you got is right now. And that's why you fucking attack your goals. Because guess what? It was a fucking given to you. You didn't grab it. You didn't ask for it. It was a fucking present. And that's all we have right now is this time right now called the present.
On frequency 43.
On my favorite podcast of all time, just
Yeah.
preach to the choir.
It's like preaching to the goddamn choir out here, man. We're just going. You know, I feel like I'm in a goddamn matrix right
Chaos left and right, attacking.
now.
How have you been attacking your sacrifice? If we don't, let's give a little backtrack. I hate saying this, but if life is inevitable suffering, your meaning or goals will justify it. So I guess what me and Lucas try to talk to you guys on this podcast is where you define meaning in your life is through a goal, and then we call that meaning goal, the work to get there, a sacrifice, because the sacrifice is inevitable, but you get to choose it. And I'm quoting Mr. Dr. Peterson with that quote. But how are you attacking on that sacrifice? Because I'm holding you accountable right now.
Um, just been training every day, make my body healthier, and just went snowboarding today. Just hitting, just getting better every day. Right now, my sacrifice is to hit a 360, and I'm right fucking there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm right fucking there.
Pick a date to finish that bitch. I don't know. But
That's kind of why I've got the 360 down in the half pipe, and the 180 is a breeze, but on like a big jump, I can't get the right there,
yeah, it's
right
tough.
there.
I mean, listen, is that not the biggest metaphor for life is to confront that dragon? Because I mean, the fear is inevitable. Are you going to stay home and not confront the dragon? Or are you going to, I mean, fuck, David Goggins said it. David Goggins said it best. He said, you can't hide from your demons. You can only look at them eye to eye and attack. And I know I'm kind of getting on a little rant right now, but I guess it's kind of just the metaphor of there's going to be times in your life where you're afraid of certain things. I mean, look at me. I'm afraid to get after it some days. I'm afraid to approach that little pretty lady or something, you know. But there's things that you're going to be afraid of, okay? And it's the voluntariness of confronting that fear. For you, it's a 360 eye to eye, so you can do
Don't
it.
get me wrong, I'm right there. And the
Because
butters, 360 butters are there on the ground. The 180s are there. It's just such a mental thing at this point. I know I can do it. I just need to mentally get over this hurdle. I'm just like low key, like
so
I
this
just
is
need to do it.
this is what you have to ask yourself. Is because what I said before, the fear is inevitable, right? But you get to choose your fear. You get to choose your sacrifice. So do you choose the
I
fear?
want it so bad.
Do you choose the fear of
I want it so bad.
not doing it? Because guess what? That's safety. That's comfort. That's not doing it. Or do you voluntarily?
To learn is to fail, and to fail is to grow.
Beautiful. But yeah, that's great. I'm glad you're attacking your sacrifice. Health is wealth. Keep that body healthy.
That's why my butt hurts right now is because I fucking was hitting the floor this week.
Sexy smoothies. Um,
I haven't been drinking that much, so
that's good.
had to get the beer in for the pod. So
Hey man, nothing loosens you up like some Modelo's. But yeah, so you're attacking your sacrifice. Me, right now, I'm pursuing two sacrifices. One's to make money, and one's just to do something I love. Not more so to make money, but more of a career. Not to like be a pessimist or anything, but yeah, I'm looking into environmental economics. Very interesting for me. I'm about to graduate. As is Lucas. Congratulations on almost graduating.
yeah, congratulations. It doesn't feel real.
Yeah, right. But yeah, and my next sacrifice is just taking care of my wealth, taking care of my body, and ultimately being a proficient tennis player. Right now, I'm at a 2.5, maybe a 3.0 ranking on the tennis ranking scale. A pro is 7.0. Usually, like the best people in my tennis class, I'm taking a PE tennis class, are around a 4, maybe a 4.5 if they're good. Um, so yeah, I mean, like, listen, it's kind of just a hobby. I'm gonna get as good as I can, and leave it all out there. I love the fact that it's an individual sport. I don't have to rely on anyone else to get better, right? Because a lot of times, like, I'll be playing a sport. This happened for me in volleyball. I wanted to get hella good at volleyball. How good can you get at volleyball? Just fucking pumping up a ball like right there. I mean, I guess you can work
Yeah,
vertical jump or something, but something about tennis. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm going on a little rabbit hole, Lucas, but my sacrifice gets me
by all
going.
means, I keep going, man. Keep
Um,
going.
something about tennis, golf as well, but golf's a fucking tough sport. But it's all on you, right? You ever play soccer? You ever play soccer? I know you liked playing soccer growing up, and you'd play with these people, and they don't have the same vision you do, the same dichotomy. You're like, you make a cut and you were wide open, and they don't pass you the ball, right?
Mm.
Why I love tennis is because I'm the boss. I'm the CEO. I get to fucking dictate my own destiny on my terms. That's why I love it. It's all on me. I don't have to rely on someone. I don't have to make a team. I don't have to be part of a team. I mean, listen, team sports are fucking dope. If I could do it all over again, I would be in a team sport. But at this point, I mean, fuck, man. You're on your own, man. If there's something David Goggins taught me is you are in this life alone. And I mean, think that's why I like tennis. It's because it's like it's kind of just all on you.
So you're always really good at table tennis, ping pong.
Yeah. I always love. I mean, I think it was something to do with my ADHD. I think when you're playing tennis, table tennis, and it's such a fast-paced game, right? You're going back and forth really quickly if you're pretty good with it. But that's where you really reach, for me at least, that's where I really got to experience my flow state. Maybe you can reach it running, maybe you can reach it playing
Oh,
music.
reach it snowboarding, man.
Yeah, you reach it.
That's where that's the biggest flow state you'll ever get, or at least for me.
Yeah. And when I say flow state, some people don't know what I'm talking about. And if I could put it perfectly, what we're talking about is it's a point where your brain,
It's it's doing without doing.
yes,
It's thinking without thinking, action through inaction. It's basically the whole premise.
that's some Taoism right there, some knowledge, Taoism from Lucas. Do your research on that. But yeah, what are symptoms of a flow state? Well, first thing that happens when you kind of know you're in a flow state is you don't notice time. The time just flows by because all you really have is the present. But when you're in a flow state, you're just acting. You're the performer. You don't acknowledge time. And another thing about flow is it's that perfect. If you have right here, this is too easy. This is too easy, and then this little graph. If my hands were graphs going this way and this way, this is too hard and this is too easy. And a flow would be right in the middle between that, meaning you're doing a task for you at snowboarding that it's not too easy because then you wouldn't pay attention, but it's not too challenging. So you're in that little like tension middle ground and you don't even acknowledge timing. I mean, I know for other examples, I mean, I reach flow when I'm skiing. Surfers reach sort of flow. MMA fighters in a fight. A lot of athletes reach flow. I mean, shit, man, you can even reach flow with a couple Red Bulls and a homework assignment you're cranking out if you work hard enough. But like, you know, when you're just putting in the work or whatever and you're not even looking at the clock, that's flow. How do we get there, man? How do we get to the talking about flow? But
Because that's really at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, man. That's what
oh,
it's all about.
sacrifices. Yeah. Go full circle on the sacrifices.
Yeah. I mean, I think every single episode of Frequency 43 might include a segment on personal sacrifices. I don't see any way around it at this point.
I mean, I see.
We're like 15 episodes deep now.
Yeah. It's an investment in time and energy that you can't get back. So every choice you make is a sacrifice. For me, I mean, shit, I sacrificed my body to drink this Modelo to produce the type of content for you motherfuckers to listen and you
Yeah,
know,
you guys better be grateful out there
you know,
and drop a like and a subscribe down below. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, shit.
I hope everybody out there in the internet universe is just having a beautiful day. You know, life can sometimes get you down, but at the end of the day, it's the only thing that's going to get you through is a positive mentality and
At the end of the day,
and furthermore a sacrifice and a goal.
that goal, that meaning slash goal slash sacrifice, I mean, they're all kind of the same word if you think about it. That will justify the suffering. But what I want
It
you
will
to,
justify the ends to the means.
yeah, what I want you to do is
The means to the ends.
yeah. What was I gonna say? Fuck. Oh yeah, so if you're in a bad like kind of mental space, go high on a mountain, and this is a metaphor, but get a different vantage point. Get a different
Perspective.
get a different perspective on life, you know? Life's all I mean, you're always growing and changing and becoming a new person. And sometimes you're like, fuck, I don't want to grow old, like, you know, like let go and really see the beauty in things. And don't listen to what people you don't care about have to say, because guess what? You are in this world by yourself. And a lot of times other people when they talk shit or say you can't do X, Y, or Z, it's because deep down they know they can't do shit or X, Y, and Z. So they're putting their insecurity on. And we got a little stud bug right here. This is a
Third member of Frequency 43 has arrived. Oh.
mascot. But yeah.
Yeah, she's happy that I got back from Tahoe. To be honest, John, my laptop is about to die because I haven't plugged in the charger.
Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Closing remarks.
Sasha says that she loves everybody in Frequency 43.
Let's go. That's good.
I love all my subscribers out there, and sweatshirts will be on the way soon.
We got sweatshirts. If you listen to the entire podcast, thank you. Hopefully you got something from it. Listen, man, hopefully you know by now what we're about. Do your thing, be happy. Don't listen to other people. Just do your thing. Fuck everyone else. Do what makes you happy. Get after it. Stay hard. Know that life's not easy, but the difficult struggle will really make you appreciate what you've become as you grow older, and as you get to that age, you really reflect on all the hard work you put into it. Great podcast, Lib.
Great podcast.
Perfectly. This was all impromptu, by the way, to you fuckers out there. We don't come in with notes. We just
no script. This is real life for me and John.
Real life.
No script.
This is the shit we talk about. Stay real, stay hard, eat your fruits and eat your fruits and vegetables, and fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Episode 15. John, it's been a pleasure.
It's been real. It's been fun.
It's been real. It's been fun.
Episode 15.